Welcome to our video bulletin for Friday the 26th of March. This is a time of preparation of its Lent, and I'm doing preparation now, not so much for Holy Week, but for my dinner this evening. But we are preparing for Easter, for Holy Week at the moment, and there will be the usual collection of services next week, and that's going to begin on Sunday with Palm Sunday. Please do come as normal, and we work out how we can do our traditional service in a distanced way. Looking into next week, food is again going to be a theme. On Maundy Thursday, we normally have our agape meal. We can't do that this year, but instead we're inviting you to bring a donation to the food bank to the Maundy Thursday service, which will be at 7:30 next week. We can't share our food with each other around the table in the upper room, but we can share our food with those who need it in the city. Looking forward then to Good Friday, we'll have Station of the Cross at 2 o'clock and then the Solemn Liturgy at 3. And on Holy Saturday, we'll have the Vigil at 7:30. All of this will be run distance and in accordance with the current regulations. Make sure you've got your mask with you. So preparing something that is very much part of what's happening this week. But there are other things outside church at the moment which are very much prepared already. So do drop by if you're passing and have a look at the River of Light installations and the installation as part of the biennial. It's been so good to see people back in church over the last couple of weeks, and also to catch up with people online. And this week, Ian's been talking to Jan.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Meet the Congregation video for this week. I'm here with a very special member of the congregation, Jan. Hi Jan, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you very much. Well, it feels like we're coming to an end because we're getting back into church this week, but I do want to ask, how's lockdown 3.0 treating you? I know you work in healthcare and stuff, so is it going okay? Anything to report?
No, it's been quite busy for me because obviously I've been in full-time work for most of the lockdown. There was a short period last year where I had some time off because unfortunately my mother died before the first lockdown. Other than that, I've been pretty much full on in work. So that's kept me, kept the diary going. I know which day of the week it is so that I turn up to work on the right day.
Right. Some members of the congregation may not know. What do you do for work?
I actually work at Alder Children's Hospital, so I work in Liverpool, and I'm a critical care nurse. I'm one of the senior nurses there. I've worked in critical care for 27 years, but I've been at Alder for near 35, I think, 36 years.
Wow. Amazing. Well, we'll get back to talking about your work, but first I have to ask, how did you get connected to St. Nick's? I know we spoke with your partner Mark, but I think your story also has got some more wrinkles in the story. So,
well, I think when Mark and I started to spend time together about 4 years ago, he quite often came to the midweek communions in his lunch break. Mm-hmm. So I was meeting him for lunch, and we'd often do communion before we ate together during his lunch times. And for me, I found St. Nick's a very comforting place to be because obviously I'm a little bit traditional in the way that I worship, and I've got my foot in another camp in the sense that I go to my own parish church as well, mm-hmm. Which is very traditional. But I find knowing the words so well actually makes you feel very welcome in a place. It makes you settle very quickly. And those words have been very useful to me in my travels around the world. And when I've been working in non-Christian countries, to know that those words are being said and for me to be able to repeat them in my own head is always a big part of my faith, really. So Nick's was very welcoming in the sense that they were using the words that very much are a part of me and how I like to worship.
And talk about that. That's really so interesting. So, like, what were these trips like? What was going on for them? What were you doing in other places?
Well, I've actually been very lucky as a critical care nurse. My speciality is in nursing children with congenital heart disease, and I've done some work for a charity based in London, and I've had the opportunity to work in many developing countries, Mozambique, Tanzania, Uganda, Jamaica, and I've been to Cairo and to Aswan, other places where they've been doing some cardiac surgery and actually teaching the local nursing and medical teams how to sustain a cardiac program in their own country. So, of course, it's quite interesting because Jamaica is a very Christian country, and I spent a week teaching nurses there, and we prayed together every morning before we started our teaching program. Whereas obviously when I was working in Egypt, that's a non-Christian country. And so that's when I found the words of my own faith on a Sunday morning. I'd be kind of with my own congregation in spirit, if you like, and actually have those words in my head, which I found a great comfort when I was away. So,
wow, what a lovely image! I love that.
Yeah, and it was quite amazing in Jamaica, because I think the nurses there didn't feel that they weren't aware of my Christian background and my faith until I actually stepped in and said, "Can I join you?" So they him and having their prayers. They pray in their theatre complex for all of the patients and staff for that particular day, which I found amazing, actually, really amazing.
Yeah. That's funny. It's such a simple phrase, but also really profound. Like, can I join you? I mean, there's something about like cultural exchange and also like generosity and really Christian. Yeah, amazing. We've been talking for about a half hour now, but we've only just started recording, and unfortunately we're gonna have to stop. Your work is really inspiring. It's lovely to talk to you. For those of you in the congregation, Jan and her partner Mark are around several Sundays a month, so at Evensong, and also a couple of Sundays in the morning. So do come and say hello. They're both really friendly and really interesting to talk to. So yeah, thank you so much for speaking with me, Jan.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, I shall be with you in just a moment because I've still got to do a little bit of cooking. The great thing about filming live is that it's not like television where you can edit it afterwards and you get different bake-off takes, but this is live cooking, but you're not going to get to eat it. This is food which I served to a prominent person who came to stay with us as a part of a church activity a couple of years ago. He said he'd be happy with fish and chips. I didn't really do fish and chips. I thought instead we'd serve something else, which he could call beef and beer, and I could call carbonade de boeuf à la flamande, and everyone's happy. However, as we head into the weekend, make sure you change your clocks on Saturday night, otherwise you're going to be late to church, and everyone in a very distant way will laugh at you when you come in. So change your clocks on Saturday night. Other than that, come on Sunday morning to begin that Holy Week journey together to the Parish Eucharist at 10 o'clock. Whatever you're doing this weekend, I hope you have a very happy and restful weekend. Change your clocks, especially the heating time, that's where it can all go wrong, and see you on Sunday morning.